a real gangale. She want a real gangale. Call me, yeah. Call me, yeah. Me just want you get in your element. Bill Lewinsky and me be the president. Since you say, yeah, come show me the evidence. Cause if I in a fashion, always trending. Love a gal with passion. Outstanding. Fling it away, or away. She have to come back tomorrow. Fling it away, or away. She run like a barrow.
23 minutes after 8 o'clock. 8:25 is top draw, lucky $5. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick. Lotto and cash for the evening draws coming up 8:25.
Good, better you somebody else. Call me, yeah. Can I say the boy need it?
Tell them can't stop my show. Hey, lyric crystal and yo, them suffer can move a mountain, so send those prayers up. Walk away from the negative people, they where slow your blessings up. Every day, me step out in a confidence, and I lead all of them by a donkey lens. Who them, me no remember them. Can't wait to see you back with them, stop pretend. No one see the thing rise again, but a good thing it no up to them. Thank you, Jah, for give me the strength. We rise and prevail over all of them. So me comfortable. Same so we go. Now see many things sign and seal, and now they make we reach up. That's how them want. Die we out, we a little bit of dough. Somebody must tell them we not used to nothing. Nothing where them have, we not frightened. Here today and gone tomorrow. Tell them we not giving up. We not giving up. Almighty Father, me put my trust. We not giving up, no. We not giving up, we not giving up. Watch out, for me me have ambition. So me up the work and me don't understand. Never depend on another man. Was we find out how me big in ya. No see the glitz, no see the glam. Never did it, but we did a plan. Never do no work, never give a damn. Now my wagon, them want happen, oh God. Now we do what we feel like to. Every day when we feel like to. Up a plane across the world anytime if we feel like to. Jimi run over.
Welcome to the official live drawing of the Supreme Ventures Lottery Games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good night. It's Wednesday, January 26, 2022. I'm Amanda and welcome to the Supreme Ventures 8:25 p.m. live game draw. Now, before we begin, let's take a look at the 5 p.m. winning numbers. All live draws are supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now, let's select tonight's winning numbers. As usual, we begin tonight's games with Lucky 5. And for $800,000, here are the winning Lucky 5 numbers. First up for Lucky 5 tonight, we have number 23. The second Lucky 5 number is 12. Your third winning Lucky 5 number tonight is number 6. And up next, we have 14. And for $800,000, we have number 16. Now, let's put some money in your top draw. Tonight's jackpot is back at $200,000, so congrats to the 5 p.m. winner. Here are the winning top draw numbers. And first up for top draw, we have 17. The second winning top draw number tonight is number 9. Next up, we have number 6. And our fourth top draw number tonight is 21. And for $200,000, we have number 20. Now let's pick your play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky, so get those tickets out. And our first number coming down tonight is number 7. The second dollars number is number 6. And next up for our dollars game, we have 25. And 25 is followed by 20. Making its way down, we have number 9. And we're halfway there tonight with 13. Next up for our dollars game, we have 29. And what's next? We have number 3. Making its way down, it's 26. 26 is followed by number 22. Next up, it's the number 18. And your final winning dollars number tonight is number 5. Now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. And first up for Pick 2, we have 27. The second Pick 2 number is number 7. Once again, 27 and 7 are your winning Pick 2 numbers. Mega Your Pick is here to stay. Now you can continue to Mega Your Pick 3 and Pick 4 for bigger winnings. So please stay tuned. One Mega Ball draw will be done for Pick 3, Pick 4, Hot Pick, and Cash Pot. Up next, you can play 3 ways. It's our Pick 3 game. And first up for Pick 3, we have number 5. The second Pick 3 number is number 7. And our final Pick 3 number tonight is number 5. Once again, 5, 7, and 5 are your winning Pick 3 numbers. It's time to turn up your winnings, so get ready for Pick 4. First up for Pick 4, and it's the number 2. The second Pick 4 number is also 2. Next up for Pick 4 game is 0, is 6, and our third Pick 4 number is number 9. Once again, your winning Pick 4 numbers are 2, 2, 6, and 9. So please, this one easy for win, so let's heat things up with Hot Pick. And tonight's winning Hot Pick number is number 7. Congratulations to all Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning number is 7. Get on track, Cash Pot Money Trainer Run, and every week is a mystery prize. Now for this week, you win $290 for every $10 winning Cash Pot bet. So board the train and collect the winnings. Let's get ready to play our Cash Pot game for Wednesday, January 26, 2022. You live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big Cash Pot winner. Let's see what the winning Cash Pot number will be. And tonight's winning Cash Pot number is 7. Congratulations to all Cash Pot winners. Again, the winning number is 7. It's now time for some mega winnings, so good luck to you. And a white ball was selected. Go Mega 6 times per day for more chances to win big. Again, the winning Cash Pot number is 7. The lucky mark is Married Woman. And a white ball was selected for Pick 3, Pick 4, Cash Pot, and Hot Pick. And now for a chance to win the Lotto jackpot of $49 million. Here are tonight's winning Lotto numbers. Are you ready to broke out a brokenness tonight? Because here comes 38. Our second Lotto number tonight is 29. Make sure you get those tickets out because here comes number 8. And next up for our Lotto game, we have number 27. I wonder what's next. And we have number 4. Next up for our Lotto game tonight, we have lucky number 20. And now for the bonus ball, we have number 12. I hope you became $49 million richer tonight. Now let's take a look at tonight's winning numbers. And of course, thank you so much for playing all of today's games. So please come back tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Amanda. Have a supreme night.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
Okay, that was the evening top draw, lucky $5, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, lotto, and cash for draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners.
Black nobody hyper. Secret, appetite, the girl them anthem. Walk out, yeah. You not no man
Advantage Auto Parts, 21 Thompson Street, Montego Bay. We continue to protect you from high prices. Get your bumpers, AYB, HID, LEDs, radiators and fans, AC compressors. Telephone 876-952-6109. The time by Advantage Auto Parts is
8:33.
Secret. Appetite. The girl them anthem.
Yes, gotta say enough respect to Blocker. Big up yourself, Blocker.
Problem.
Anyway, this is how we say so long to you. Gergie making way for the buzz. The buzz comes your way in a few. See you next week, Monday night at 11. We do it again for you, alright? You take care.
Loose girlfriend. Gonna stop mad them. Girl, you see the face there, with the shape there, bandy up there, they stand up there, them man a look there, one look there, and that a mad them. You see the walk there, sexy up there, they little shots there, booty cut them man a watch there, who want snatch there, what them a chat say, Man problem, face problem, shape problem, Your problem, you're not no close problem. Shoes problem. Loose girlfriend. Gonna stop mad them. It's a no much problem, but something not add up. Face plus ugly, equal bag up. Shape plus bad, me even know if I saw.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Entertainment Buzz.
Yeah, me told ya.
Yo. What them say? Up to the buzz. You don't know what? The buzz.
You know how we roll.
This is the Entertainment Buzz.
Further on in the buzz.
That is why they part our things. And them searching. Like what just on the clip them.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect and ice up. Like a flag. Hear me now. It's about it. Dig it way.
Entertainment Buzz are the real thing, man. Sorry.
And now, our feature presentation.
Say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis.
Why may I tell you that man no easy, you know? Kishima,
are
man,
you
turn
hearing
off.
me, Bones?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now, but boy, I think they're doing what you call several levels of checks. Turn that down for me. Yeah, they're doing some checks to making sure that all the levels are correct. So let's do this again. Level. Well, no, you can say that tomorrow. Level.
Yeah, so, tomorrow. Yeah. I'm practicing now, so I can't say it tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Want to say big up, of course, to all our listeners, those of you tuned in right across the island and around the world. It is the EBUZZ.
Yeah, and of course, we want to say a very special evening and good afternoon, wherever in the world you are, to all our friends who are trying to join us on our social media pages. If you don't know where they are, we'll tell you right now. So follow us on our social media pages. Instagram, IRIFM_JA. Twitter, IRI_FM. Facebook at IRIFM. It's simple. Just join us on our pages right now and see what's going on. I tell you, what a night we got here tonight.
Right. Spragga to the Benz, plus, of course, our music artist, Jimi D.
And we're going to be talking to Spragga, finding out what's happening with him. We're also going to be talking to Jimi D. And, of course, he has a single out called Defiant. And
I listened to that today.
You got to one of the reasons why he named that song, because, boy, COVID can inspire some things, you know.
He will talk to us about that struggle, and I understand also a near-death experience.
Yes. So we're going to be talking to him a little bit. So that is definitely an interview that we want to look forward to. And, of course, another I don't want to say it's a near-death experience, but dancehall DJ Mr. Lex is encouraging smokers to think twice before lighting another cigarette. I don't say but, no. So we're going to say light another cigarette as his right lung collapsed over the weekend. Apparently he was performing. 10 minutes into his performance, he fainted because his lungs collapsed. I understand him saying that. it is easier said than done, because he's a smoker himself. And also, sometimes people actually become reactive and not proactive. Something have to happen for something happen with this kind of things. We want to encourage people who smoke or do other things not to let symptomatic situations reach you before you say, boy, I need to stop.
And not just smoking, but we know the little bad habits, that people often take up, ourselves included. So overall, I just think that where we are now, we have to take better care of our bodies. And we've seen that also with COVID and understanding the importance of keeping our immune system healthy and, just that overall care. Speedy and healthy recovery, of course, to Mr. Lex.
Mr. Lex, wish you all the best. Lungs especially, very sensitive organs, and you don't want to be over-exerting yourself. So don't try laugh too much, because you pop it up. But, brethren, get better, get well soon. We need to see you doing your little TikTok videos and your little skits all over the place.
I mean, he's always so full of life. So seeing him now just posting and sharing videos of, just being in his hospital bed, even though happy that he's still able to post and share, the situation could be worse. So we're thankful that he's able to still keep us up to date. So speedy recovery, Mr. Lex.
Big up yourself, Mr. Lex. We just had you on the buzz a few months ago, so big up yourself, brethren, and get well soon, get back to being on stage, and get back to do what you do best, which is entertain the masses. Big up yourself, Mr. Lex. See? Reggae Month!
Well, of course, preparations are in high gear for Reggae Month celebrations. The month-long celebration being held under the theme Come Catch the Rhythm virtually is expected to pull the attention of reggae lovers globally. Our platform and our space, we usually highlight the Reggae Month activities. So keep it locked to the 107s. We'll keep you posted of, all the Reggae Month festivities slated to take place from February 1 to 28. And again, Bones, it's another virtual staging similar to last year.
Can you believe that we're doing Reggae Month virtually again?
Again. Look, I did not foresee another virtual staging because, to be honest, in 2021, at some point I thought that, things are perhaps getting better. 2022, we're fully outside.
Right. Not happening.
Well, unless you're in Britain, you won't be fully outside. Well, effective tomorrow.
I feel like I'm going to go over there because...
why not, pal?
It's free over there. They ain't got a bother us with little COVID things. We're not going to have to wear a mask or anything like that. So, tralala, I'll be taking the 8.5 hour flight over there just to see. Can you believe that, boy?
You go ahead of me and tell me what's happening and just give me a call, yeah?
If I call you back and say, hey, in case I'm in quarantine, everything they said was lie. Yeah, you never know. But, hey, I tell you, the COVID has such... what you call it now, has just been such what you call a croton lizard. That's exactly what it changed color every minute. Because you think you're doing something and you think that there's a little window of opportunity or a little light at the end of the tunnel, and then a variant pops up and things change. And so we really don't know. We really just got to do the right things and take care of ourselves.
It is highly probable that we will have to just learn how to live with COVID as we are living with the flu and, other viruses. So we may very well have to just get into that frame of mind and operate as normal, because here it is, we're moving into something else. Act responsibly, and there could be a possible reopening of the entertainment sector, says Prime Minister Andrew Holness. What do you make of that comment?
It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I think they'll have to do all their research, but it needs to happen. And I think it's going to have a little bit of an effect on crime too. My thing is that when entertainment is open, you don't really... this is just my thought anyway. I just don't think criminality is just going to be as high. It will never go, You'll always have crime everywhere. But people can't go out enough, not to say, but enough criminals go a party, you know. They may enjoy themselves, and they may not do stupid things because they're enjoying their favorite artist, or they're, you know, hanging out and doing something else. But I just think...
But I saw a report briefly. I'm not remembering the source at the moment, but they were basically insinuating that most of these criminal activities are happening at these illegal parties that are taking place. So then that would basically put that thought kind of...
Illegal parties. You see, if the party them legal now, I haven't read that report, but I know for a fact that when you have entertainment, robust entertainment, it has an effect on, it has so many domino effects for economic growth and earning that sometimes, a lot of time, criminality is from desperation and poverty and trying to get what they can. I mean, we were talking about the bare barbarity of it last week in terms of a man not sticking you up anymore and taking your money from. No, I'm going to stick you up, take your money, and then chop you into 1 million pieces and probably sell it to the market. But, you know...
And it doesn't matter if you're a woman, child, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So I think this angle where there may be a possibility for the entertainment industry to reopen needs to happen. And for the folks who have been suffering because of the lockdown of that particular industry, they need to start eating a little food now. The little hairdresser, them, the jerk chicken man,
look, it's long overdue. Yeah. And when you really look at it and ask yourself the question, is this padlock on the entertainment sector, is it helping or hurting the industry? And the answer is very clear. Hurting. Because being in a position where you're unable to earn and so many persons are out of a job, you're definitely hurting a large cross-section within our society.
Absolutely agree. Well, guess what? We're getting a signal now, and we want to present to you one of our features right now, which is Social Media Highs and Lows with Shanice Williams and Trisan Wilson.
It's now time for Social Media Highs and Lows.
Girl, you know so what going on social media? Yeah, girl, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's your social media highs and lows.
Like I every other day, them find something new for try. Them no mention my name, them no feel them not the light.
This and every Wednesday we've got the online buzz. I'm Tris.
And I'm Shanice.
Let's jump right into the lows for this week. Shensia says that the 5 years she has given herself to dancehall has finally come to an end, and she will now pursue the genre she has long said was her first love, which is pop music. In an Instagram live over the weekend, the artist pointed out to her followers that she has never had any desire to be the dancehall queen or was not intimately tied to dancehall music. She said, and I quote, "I told myself I'm gonna do dancehall for 5 years, and I have given myself to dancehall. I have given y'all hits upon hits upon hits upon hits upon hits for 5 years, bro. And I'm not leaving dancehall because I could never. What did you think? I did not say that," she said, laughing. She went on to say, "But I have such bigger dream for myself. Ever since I was a child, I'm going to achieve it. Because at the end of the day, it's my life and it is what I want to do and I've always dreamt of, and that's what I'm going to get for myself." Well, Shensia's life came following harsh criticisms from persons on social media and the media. Some of the comments were, her biggest song to date is Ludi, and that was a feature. Had a few good ones, but hits after hits, I guess that depends on your definition of what a hit song is, right? Another user said, "Well, dancehall now go lose now. Something about this really rubbed me the wrong way," another user said. And at last, another person said, "As long as you're planning on writing better music, of course you can."
And of course, dancehall superstar Amari had to put in her 2 cents.
Had to.
Of course, she mentioned that, this is once again a disappointment from Shensia. But let's not focus on the negatives. Let's look at the positives as we jump right into the highs for this week. Now, along with making it another year around the sun, EBUZZ Signal celebrated the receipt of 4 certification plaques that landed just in time for the commemoration of his birthday. EBUZZ Signal on Monday shared to his Instagram his latest accolades. First, he shared a picture of his platinum plaque for Major Lazer's 2014 hit single, Watch Out For This. Certified platinum in France, blessings upon blessings. Happy birthday to me, thank you. 1 of 4, he captioned the post. Hours later, he shared plaque number few of 4, where he shared a photo of his gold plaque for Major Lazer's 2018 album, Major Lazer Essential, on which Watch Out For This was featured. EBUZZ Signal captioned that post similarly, certified gold in the UK, happy birthday to me, Thank you. The next award shared by the Step Out DJ is from a 2019 collaboration with Spanish singer Bad Gal on the hit single Santa Maria. Santa Maria, certified platinum in Spain. Bad Gal, happy birthday to me. Thank you. 3 of 4. He wrote in the caption of a post displaying the plaque. Finally, the DJ shared the 4th plaque commemorating 100 million streams worldwide for his 2017 smash single Stay So. An extremely grateful Busy Signal captioned that post. Jano, 100 million streams worldwide. Really appreciate this. Happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. 4 of 4. As the DJ celebrated, fellow dancehall and reggae artists commended him on the big moves while wishing him a happy birthday. Razor B for one stated, "See they know, more blessings, more life, more prosperity, more health, more great hits, more busy." And then of course he actually posted to his Instagram to thank everybody for their support, his team, and of course his fans. So big up yourself once again, Busy.
So from Shensia's transition to pop music
to Busy Signal's latest accolades,
who do you think took social media this week?
While that's for another conversation, check it before you click it, because once you hit send, you may be a social media high or low.
And that's your social media highs and lows. Catch us next Wednesday for What's Buzzing.
I'm Shanice.
And I'm Tris. Bye!
Thank you.
All right. Thank you there, Shanice and Tris. Bye. Who do you think took social media lows this week?
Busy.
No, that's a high.
Yeah,
that's a high. That's the social media
I have
high,
a
for
big
sure.
problem. It's just when the lows come, I don't hear them. So I didn't know who had the low. I didn't hear the low. I'm all about high.
All right, we're just going to go right into our discussion.
Yeah.
So right now, labels and entertainers, is an entertainer's creativity compromised when signed to a major label? It's a conversation that we've had repeatedly. Today, of course, we're going to be going to some Vox Pop. So we have Michelle Williams, VP Records Regional Director for the Caribbean, Latin America, and Oceania markets, and also controversial selector Foota Hype, who seem to have a pulse on the music industry. But let's just kind of have the conversation first, Bones, before we go to those pre-recorded comments
Vox
from
Pop.
Michelle.
Yes.
From Michelle and Foota Hype. They'll be played separately, of course. Yeah. But what are your thoughts? Because you have been in the industry a minute. You have had friends who are signed to major labels. You have had, we've seen many entertainers being signed to major labels. What is the general consensus? Do you foresee that it stifles their creativity, or they have that legroom to freely do and be who they are?
2 points. One, it depends on the arrangement that they have made with the company. Now, if the company gives them freedom of creativity, then I think that is kudos and plus to them. But 90% of the time, the plan or the record company has a demographic that they're aiming for. And 90% of the times, the person or the artist really doesn't have much creativity. They're telling them that this is what they need them to do. They're being paid to do it, but they really don't have much autonomy in what they're doing. My good brethren, Orville Burrell, we know him as Shaggy. Shaggy complained about this bitterly over the years, where he was signed to a label and him saying, "Nah, go back there, so," because he did not have creative rights. He did not have a chance to express himself a certain way. A lot of times when the artists are signed to a label, they're very commercialized, and their true potential or their true work is not represented. So when I look at it, I realize that it's not normally beneficial to them unless they strike a deal where they have creative freedom.
If you go to the table, asking for what you want, but when you're being called or sought after by these major labels, and especially when you're given, big labels will give you money, which is basically called an advance, and to make a record, and then they will basically determine and dictate how it should be based on their policy, and it depends on if you take your legal team to the table in the initial stage of the conversation. But most times, do you get the feeling that some entertainers are so ecstatic that this major label is interested in them that it is almost as if you hastily sign the dotted lines just to be a part of?
Sometimes a little bit of tunnel vision happens and they're clouded by the hype of just being signed to a label. And they don't look at the mechanics. And a lot of times, as you just said a while ago, the legal team is not present. Now, one of the things is that when you have bargaining power, let us say you're extremely popular, you're selling very well. When a major label wants you, they will actually literally work with what you want, you know, most times. Because you have the leverage on them because you are in demand. So if this label not telling you what you want to hear, you have 5 other labels hunting you down. But not all of them are in that position. Now what happens? You get a deal, and it sounds good.
You get your advance up front.
The advance is a big problem, you know.
because it's like a huge sweet or trinket just being dangled in front of you, and in the moment it looks good, but of course labels will recoup their expenses. You have seen instances where, you know, people are saying, boy, they can't wait to get out of a particular deal, but then they did sign the dotted lines.
And why did they sign the dotted lines? A lot of times these conditions that they are now arguing about is actually presented in front of them. They just didn't take the time to read it through. And sometimes these things are in, you know, a lot of times they compose or they arrange these contracts in a way that these little things that you need to know are in the fine print. And they don't look at the fine print sometimes. So artists, when you're getting deals, you need to understand. And if you're not fully compatible with anything, you need to have counsel in these negotiations. And because you're
let it be known in the initial stages.
And it's not. To be honest with you, these deals can be beneficial to the artist because there's 2 sides to it. Because there's going to be extreme and heavy promotion on the artist and the product that they're doing. But the thing is, sometimes they don't look at the small, they don't look at the small print. So they say, yeah, man, you know, me signed to so and so and so and so. And then they will tell us they have a song. And the labelers look at them and say, no, that's not what we're looking for. Read your contract. Look at what we're doing. So review your information.
And to fans sometimes, Bones, like all of this contractual agreements and the outline and the fine print and everything is there, and you have already created this fan base with people loving you for a particular type of music or, you know, just your body of work. And here it is now, you're being led in a completely different direction because this is what you basically signed to, without paying attention to the finer details in terms of the direction that you're being pulled into.
It's a little tricky because due diligence has to be done. Sometimes the whole optics and fanfare of a deal will cloud you and you're not aware until you're way into the contract, 2 years. And of course, we're getting the signal now that we need to talk.
Well, let's hear from Footer Hype first. Selector Footer Hype. Is it worth entering into major contractual agreements with big labels?
Go on, Footer.
Yes. 9% of the time, your creative experimental right is taken away because the record label or the company you're working with has a vision and a directive of meeting that vision that might not accommodate the way you work or the way your style or your talent promotes. So they like what they see and they're attracted to your career for whatever means, whether it be promotion. Because sometimes when a company signs you via your music, the end result is not your music. The end result is maybe moral values or branding. So because you're the hot person now, it is right to attach the brand to your music, but it's not so much of the music that they really care about. Their end result has nothing to do with your music at all. Them just need to use the music as a trailer head to carry the trailer body with the goods. So artists most times just think it's all about them and the music when they get signed, but sometimes there's an ulterior motive behind the signing, you know. That's why you have artists like Barry Hammond, who is still signed to his own label independently and still haven't received a Grammy or any one of those things because he's independently signed. And these big entities will not give him the accolades that he deserves because they cannot use his product as they see wish. So them hold back to make it look like you're not that great. So artists do have to understand that getting signed is great. It's amazing. But then you have to have a tunnel vision to see the end of the tunnel before you even enter the tunnel, to see where they're going to navigate you and your brand to in order to accomplish what they want.
Footer there gave us, you know, some solid points. Yes. Let us create the balance. Let us know here from Michelle Williams, who is VP Records Regional Director for the Caribbean, Latin America, and Oceania markets.
It depends on the label. In the U.S., yes, the U.S. labels tend to want to give the direction of what the artist should and should not do. However, at VP Records, we allow our artists to do their own creativity. We want the best from the artist, so we don't really give them direction on how or what to say or what to sing. We just let them go with the flow. You know, we want the best product. We want what is best from our artists. So we let them do their own creativity because that's who they are, creative people. So we allow them to do what they need to do to give us the best album when the product is finished.
So basically what we're learning is that there is no set rule in terms of how labels will operate. And like Michelle underscored just now, like a lot of US labels, like that is the direction that they will want to take because they're spending all of this money. So they want to ensure they have the pulse on what they're getting and the direction and that sort of thing. And you hear she spoke clearly there for VP.
Definitely. We're going to take a quick break and we'll forward with this discussion. Don't move.
Ringo's Haberdashery Center, 39 Barnett Street, Montego Bay, is now offering special prices on household items, bicycle and bicycle parts, baby clothing and accessories. Telephone 9523492. The time by Ringo's Haberdashery and Gift Center is...
It's 9 p.m. And, of course, we're back with you. Boy, I tell you, boy, we will get some signal in here, you know.
Plenty signal, but let's just wrap the discussion.
Let's wrap this
so
we have a
can
feature
go
coming
to
up.
The movies.
We're gonna,
right.
we're gonna have. I must let you know, just like when we initiated the conversation, when I said it depends on the arrangement you have with the label. It also depends on the label. This is something that we didn't mention. No, VP is going to be more inclined because it's Jamaican owned, it's Jamaican based. They understand our culture and understand how to reach their market with striking that little delicate balance of leaving the artist to create. Right? And then, of course, they now do the marketing and distribution. And a lot of times, and a lot of times these artists have a deal. And they need to understand the deal that they're in. Sometimes the deal that they have is not an album deal or it is sometimes just distribution. They're just promoting the music on their behalf, and there's a deal between them and the label, and there's a percentage split to say, okay, we are going to put this up on our thing, but it's your product, but we're distributing it for you because we have a larger platform, and we're just going to make sure that your sales are up and running. So there's so many different little deals that are there, so they have to make sure they know what they're getting into.
And we said it before, it's exciting to be signed by a major label, but don't get too blindsided by the excitement and what it entails. But put your business head on.
Don't be stupid about it. Simple.
And go to the table and use your head and contain your level of excitement and hype.
And don't just agree with everything they put to you. Negotiate. Work with each other so that it comes out amicably for both parties.
Go to the table knowing your worth.
Thank you. Me very worthy. Thanks. Oh.
Right.
All right. So
you want to hear how at the movies go? I mean, I know you're not watching anything now.
No, and I'm watching you on the TV screen. That's the only movie I have right now. So guess what? Let's go to At the Movies.
At the Movies with Maisha Browdy.
Here we go.
Lights, camera, action. Hey movie lovers, welcome to At the Movies. I'm Maisha Brody. What a bam bam. Jamaican singer Sister Nancy's hit song has topped the reggae songs chart after being featured in a recent episode of Netflix's Ozark. The song, which was released in 1982, was featured in season 4, episode 1 of the widely watched crime drama series. Bam Bam, parts of which were played during a murder scene in the recent episode, has since hit number 1 on the reggae songs chart. Bam Bam has also been featured in the latest James Bond movie, No Time to Die, which was released last year, and season 6, episode 14 of the drama series Power, released in 2020. Following its launch on January 5, Jamaican streaming platform Sage Network is planning to extend its reach to more local creatives. Sage Network, which was launched by Sagicor Group Jamaica, showcases 100% local content, including short films and other productions from the Jamaica Film and Television Association JAFTA and Sagicor produced content. Assistant Manager of Social and Digital Marketing at Sagicor, Carissa Clemetson, told At the Movies that more creatives will be able to get on board soon.
In the coming months, you will see brand new content from Sagicor and from JAFTA. We have several new films coming out very soon. In addition to the films that are already there, we license content on a monthly basis. So you'll see some crowd favorites return, and you'll see brand new films coming to the platform. In addition to that, after the first 3 months of the platform existing, so around about April, we will be accepting submissions from the public for their content to be placed on the site. So you'll be seeing brand new pieces of work from several local creators, I'm sure, once we get to that open call stage in April.
Assistant Manager of Social and Digital Marketing at Sagicor, Carissa Clemetson. Still on the movie scene, Girls Trip 2 is in the works. According to People magazine, producer Will Packer made the announcement during a talk show on Friday. He said the sequel to the 2017 comedy, which starred Queen Latifah, Regina Hall, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Tiffany Haddish, is underway. It's now time for this week's Top 5 movies. At number 5, we have Encanto. At number 4 this week is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Don't Look Up takes the number 3 spot. At number 2, we have Sing 2. And in the number 1 spot this week is Eternals. If you love great movies and series, go ahead and add these to your watch list. That's a wrap. Join us next week for more exciting movie news. For At the Movies, I'm Maisha Brody.
Thank you there, Maisha. Anything you're going to be adding to your watch list, Bones?
Whatever Maisha says, I'll add. She has gone 10 out of 10 so far with everything that she's presented. So Maisha, I don't see you this long time in person. Thank you for some of these great movies that you have been suggesting, and they haven't disappointed at all. But you know what?
And he's not a big movie lover. So Maisha, you're doing an awesome job when you get him to sit and binge watch.
What I'm a lover of is great music, great talent, great new talent. And this is why we now present to you our music artist, who is Jimmy D.
Jimmy D, welcome. Hey, Jimmy I'm D. seeing him. Can you hear us, Jimmy D?
Can you hear us, Jimmy?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, Jimmy.
What about me?
Your future so bright here. We're dark as in the night, my boy.
We can hear you, Jimmy D. We can hear you. We can see you all decked out in blue.
Yeah, man. Jimmy ready. Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Welcome. Some go to shades, you know?
How you mean, bro?
I'm well.
How you doing, man? Good to have you here with us. We want to welcome you.
Well, you know?
We want to welcome you for the first time on the EBUZZ. Welcome. New artist this week. The name Jimmy D. How did that name come about? That your birth name?
My uncle. No. My birth given name is Christopher Chambers.
Okay.
However, my mother name is Jimmy. Jimi, the Jamaican pet name thing, Jimi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my uncle, who is Don Carlos, decided that I'm a Don.
Yeah.
So he put the D behind it for Jimmy Don, So yeah, I just embrace it over the years, Yeah.
Awesome.
So what, Jimmy? What's inspired you to take a musical path?
The music, Don Carlos always been like pushing me in that direction. Ever from a child, like you say, he's been grooming me, to take up the mantle, some way. I guess he saw that talent in me, so he just decided that, I'm always always in my ears at them and say, yo, music is the way, music, you should do music and stuff. But back then I wanted to be a doctor. So,
Right.
It took a little while and a little bit of convincing for me to start doing music. And it's when I started writing music and I started hearing lyrics and stuff inside my head, that's when I decided, you know what, it's not bad, I'm gonna try it. So I started like at 18, I started going on the road with him, started singing background for him.
All right.
And I'm telling you, that was, it was like sink or swim, just throw me off and sink or swim. Yeah, so right, I remember being on a stage in South Africa, in Johannesburg, inside of a stadium full of people.
Right.
And thinking to myself, are you going to do this or not? And that's when I really made a decision that, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to do this. Yeah.
Wow. It is so interesting because a lot of the people who we have here as our music artists, when we ask them, how they got into the business and so on, they would say, it was inborn. Me born in a music, and the music called me and talked to me. So yours is a little different, where you're like, I don't know, I want to be a doctor. I want to just try this thing and see how it goes. Sink or swim. So now that you're in it and swimming very well, what are your thoughts? How does making music now feel? Because you can get into it because your uncle said, prodded you on. But the passion. Do you have that passion for it now? How do you feel about getting in and doing it full time? How does Jimmy D feel when every time he has to go to the studio and make a tune or anything like that?
You know what? I feel like somewhere along the line, I kind of lose a little bit of passion, but I think music have a passion for me. Because no matter how I try, prime example, Corona hit last year.
Right.
And when Corona hit last year, because for the past several years I've been struggling between, going back to school. Yeah.
Year before last. Yeah, year before last. Not last year, right.
Yeah. So I've been struggling with going back to school, furthering my education and stuff, and music.
Okay.
And when Corona hit, I was like, this must be a sign. The world locked down, no music, tours got canceled, a whole lot of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go to school and finish this.
Right.
A couple of months went by, and after I caught Corona,
you caught
I saw my life flash in front of me, yeah, I caught it, like, really bad. The third time I caught it was really, really bad.
You catch it more than one time, you more than two times, but you're not easy.
3 times.
Yeah, man, 3 times. Well, 3 times I know.
So,
walk us through that experience.
I know your song Defiant. It was inspired by your
Corona.
near-death experience as a result of Corona. Talk to us about that experience,
that journey,
and the reason for even penning this song, the purpose of it.
So January 2020, I came down sick, like real bad, and I'm thinking to myself, my wife was sick, my whole household was sick. Right. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? Because I'm a paramedic. I'm a paramedic in Atlanta.
Wow.
Hence the CDC, everything in Atlanta. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, how I'm going to get over this right now? Can I get over this? So basically, I transported a guy about a month after that, worked at the CDC.
Right.
And I asked him, I said, listen, what's going on? that's before, may I pay attention to anything about Wuhan and all that stuff, because the noise about, what was going on in China was very low until it actually hit the US, and then, everybody started,
blow up, yeah.
Everybody started panicking. This man looked for me and tell me, say, it's a bad cold. I said, a bad cold? What do you mean by a bad cold? He said, it's a bad cold. Well, anyway, fast forward, Corona. Boom. You get over that. It lingered on for about maybe a month.
Yeah.
Or so. That was January. I caught a mild case again in June.
Wow.
Not too bad. So, July, tore my rotator cuff. I'm the supervisor on the job, so they put me up in dispatch. So now I'm like, yeah, I'm safe. I'm in dispatch one day, and I just feel like dust falling from the sky, and I heard somebody behind me with this, with this bad cough.
Right.
Really, really bad cough. And I just started feeling sick. That was Tuesday night. By Wednesday morning, full blown. Yeah. Actually, I felt like I had a ear infection at first.
Wow. And you see, you're on the front line, so you'd be at higher risk because you're a paramedic. You're going to be mixing with these people.
So were you vaccinated any at all, or?
No, this is pre-vaccine. This is 2020.
Yeah, there'd be no vaccine.
Yeah, 2020.
2020, right.
Right. So.
All right. Yeah, but I think I had a little bit of immunity because I caught it before twice. So I figured,
And did you have any immunity?
I guess not for that strand.
Yeah.
Corona said no.
So
no immunity.
The single that you have, Defiance, I want you to kind of correlate how that song came about. We understand that the Corona is a bit of the inspiration with the song. Tell us how that inspiration came about.
So the song Defiance was what I was going through, basically. Corona was just recent. I lost my mom back in 2016.
Wow.
And I lost my thank you. I lost my aunt, who's a sister, May 1st, 2020. Wow. So with each time, because growing up, I grew up with my mom, my grandma, and my aunt.
Right.
So I usually tell people I have three mothers.
Right.
My grandma was the first to go from this cancer thing back in 2012, and then my mom. But when I lost my grandma, I gave up on music. I gave away all my equipment, my studio equipment, everything. Wow. So after my mom passed, I kept, I didn't feel too well at the time. So just going through that came that defiant feeling of not giving up. Because I was riding to work one day, and I was really low. I felt really low, and then I was like, man, I'm sick and tired of this feeling now, and I just started thinking about striving and not giving up. So that's where that idea, that thought came from. The near-death experience showed me that you only have one life to live, and you have to live it. So basically, I couldn't get past that song Defiance, so I just run with it. Just continuously pushing it.
Kish, what do you think? What do you think about giving our listeners a treat by giving them
sure.
to hear Defiance?
I mean, there is no way we can hear that story, the inspiration and the passion, and what actually led him to penning this track and not hear it. Let's take a listen.
But what I wanted to find, Jimmy D, I'd love for you to introduce this track in your style. Don't sing it, just introduce it. We'll play it here in studio so that folks can know. This is Jimmy D, live on IRI FM, and you're going to introduce this big track that you have, Defiance.
All right. Well, all Massive and crew, this is Jimmy D coming to you live from Texas. I'm on the EBUZZ. You don't know, IRI FM, DJ Bones, you know what I'm saying? Shanisa, Princess, big up yourself.
Yeah,
this is my new song.
Yeah.
This is my song called Defiance.
Yeah.
You see it.
Here we go.
So them can't stop my show.
Kaboom! Irie! Them little fool there try copy them fish. Stop it!
Yo, them suffer can move a mountain. So send those prayers up. Walk away from the negative people, they more slow your blessings up. Every day, me step out in a confidence. And I lead all of them by a donkey lens. Who them, me no remember them. Can't wait to see your back, with them stop pretend. No one see the thing rise again. But a good thing, it no up to them. Thank you, Jah, for give me the strength. We rise and play all of them. Oh, oh. So me comfortable. Same so we go. Now see many things sign and seal. And now they make we reach up, that's all them want. Now we out, we a little bit of dough. Somebody must tell them we no use to nothing. Look where them have, we not frightened. Here today and gone tomorrow. Tell them we not giving up. We not giving up. Oh no, we not giving up. We not giving up. In the Almighty Father, me put my trust. We not giving up. Hell no, we not giving up. We not giving up. Watch out, for me you me have ambition. So me happy work and me don't understand. Never depend on another man. But we find out how me big in ya. No see the glitz, no see the glam. Never did it, but we did a plan. Never do no work, never give a damn. Now my wagon, them want a fun. Oh, now we do what we feel like to. Every day when we feel like to. Pop a plane across the world anytime if me feel like to. Jimi run out big bowl and break. Up in them face, we not pray, we not pray. When life goes through them and me make the best of them and them. We not giving up. We not.
No, sir. No, that's a song.
We not giving up.
Of inspiration. Not true. That is a song.
It is.
I'm telling you.
You know, Jimmy, I hear the song and I also heard what you said earlier, like when the pandemic hit, you know, you looked at it as a sign to say, should you go back to school? Because I get the feeling that there is this yearning deep inside of you. Yes, you chose music, but there is also a large part of you that want to still pursue that educational aspect to perhaps become a doctor. Do you find that you're still, I don't want to use the word struggle, but it's almost like a cross between music and still having that aspiration or desire to take that path?
I love helping people, you know, and so that's where the whole medical aspect come in.
Mm-hmm.
Being a paramedic, I meet thousands of people a year, you know, so I get my fulfillment through that, my fulfillment of my purpose, through going in and helping people. However, music it's just something about music.
It's your therapy.
The ultimate fulfillment I get is when I'm on stage.
All right, and to me now, and from the initiation or the start of this conversation, when I spoke to you, it sounded like the education, being a doctor, would have been your passion. And then you had to be convinced, and then you got into it. I can relate to what you're saying because I have a little cousin right now, who is also a medical doctor and a musician. I don't know if he's torn between the two, but I can tell you something. That brother loves his music and loves it crazy. Big up Mario. So as I say, we understand that you have two different things here. You're a paramedic. You want to be a medical doctor, but you're also a musician. Is there a way? Let us say your music career it takes off to a stratospheric level. Do you think you can balance both professions, or you'd give up one?
No, I can't balance both. I would have to give up medicine.
You'd have to give it up.
I would have to give up medicine for now.
You still need to go back there. Yeah.
Yeah, like in my older age, I would like to teach. So, I would like to do that. I would like to give back through teaching. I feel like it's my responsibility with the knowledge that I've gained over the years to pass it on. I've been passing it on to my sons, but I feel like I don't really know what God has in store for me. I don't really know his plan. So I just work with it, you know what I'm saying? And just, just be prepared for it. Definitely see myself teaching, some kind of medical stuff. For years I've been thinking, I need to come back to Jamaica and do something too, and that would be awesome for me to come back, to give back to, to my place.
I want to give you an idea, Jimmy D. Fuse the two. Make a song about medicine. Make a song about what you love to do. I know you can coin it.
You can use the music to teach.
You can use the music to teach. You talk about you talk about your forceps. You talk about your stethoscope. You talk about something in medicine, and you find a way to tie it together. In this business, we have. I don't know if Kish can maybe correct me on it. We have a couple of doctors who are DJs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm aware.
Shaka
Mario
Paul,
Evans.
Mario, my cousin, also another artist named Medical from Trelawney, doctor also, but he's also a singer.
And I like the fact, Jimmy D, that you are also entertaining the thought of coming back to Jamaica to give of yourself in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
So in due time, I'm sure all the pieces of this puzzle will just connect in a really spiritual type of way and lead you to that path. So just keep pushing, keep going. And I see where the music you love. You're a passionate person. I see all the things that you do. You want to do it, and guess what? You can do it all.
Yeah,
you said it in your song.
He did. He really did. Here's another couple of things we want to find out from you. Jimmy, talk to us about people loving your songs, want to work with you. You have management. Who is your management? Tell us your social media handles. How can people get in touch with Jimmy D?
All right, you can get in touch with Jimmy D I'm on every social network platform, but usually I'm on Instagram at Real Jimmy D. JIMI, and then just the letter D.
What about the other platforms? Is it the same handle for all the other platforms?
Yes, sir. Once you type in Jimmy D, they will all send you one place. They will all take you to where I'm at.
And who's management for you? Who's management?
Management right now is Dan Carlos.
All right, your uncle. What do you mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy D, we wish you all the best. Thank you for stopping by and sharing with us, and keep going, man.
Thanks for having me.
Jimmy, big up yourself. Keep being defiant, my brother.
I embrace that.
Blessed love.
Respect. Everyone.
Yeah, man.
One love.
Big up yourself, Jimmy D. Great having you. Respect.
All right, that was our music artist, Jimmy D, right there. We're going to go to Fashion Forward with Shamara Preston and DJ Lollipop. When we return, of course, Spragga to the Benz. Crazy.
Catch your own side.
It's Fashion Forward, a weekly look into what's popping,
what's hot and what's not,
hip and trendy. It's the space for all things fashion.
Sean is so record.
Me day I go and chill, and I sip some roots of Bobo Hill, cause Rasta no consume season poison. Yeah, in the Rasta party, everything done upload. Every Rasta we see me make them proud. Fresh like water on the grass with a green letter prince and princess, kings and queens.
When we think fashion, we don't think Rastafari, but Rastafari is fashion. They actually go hand in hand. We spoke to entertainer Taurus Riley, and he gave us the 411 on how to keep it original while being trendy as a Rastafari.
First of all, and the most important thing, we don't put fashion before Rasta. The Rasta man first. So how
how I put myself together is just a mirror representation of my personality. You know, once upon a time, I did so focus on the music, I never really I paid so much mind. But then I remember, say, I do like to look nice and feel nice. So, but the first of all, you can never call me fashion Rasta. You have to say the Rasta. We're fashionable. Because I put Rasta first. Other than that, you know, we love colors. One of the biggest things to me about clothes is how them fit you. Yeah, if your clothes are not fit you the right way, no matter where you have on, and being comfortable. So sometimes I have on a jeans and I have an African shirt. You know what I mean? I try to put a little touch of my personality in the clothes. So if them fit you properly, and if you feel good about yourself, trust me, if you have on a pillowcase, you look good.
Well, Rasta have all different type of fashion. You have some Rasta who keep it rootsical, and then you have some Rasta who them fashionable. Nowadays, Rasta them.
Taro says, though, there's a key ingredient to being on top of your game. Listen to this.
The Rasta have to clean. You can't look good on the outside and don't look good on the inside. So you must try to feed your mind, feed the spirit, and feed the body. Work out, take care of yourself. That means you can wear the clothes the way you want to wear. A lot of people want to wear some things, but they don't feel like them body ready for it. So don't be afraid to work on your body. It's your own, you know. And if you want to lose little weight to do it, if you want to put on little muscle to do it, that means that when you put on your clothes, you like how you look. Confidence and being comfortable with yourself. Put your personality into it. And be fearless, nobody afraid. Because you don't know. Everybody can wear what they want to wear. So just don't be afraid.
Well, that make a whole heap of sense. And cleanliness is godliness. So your heart of you always clean before even your clothes clean.
Right, that's so.
Never know a Rasta of the prettiest car.
That's it for Fashion Forward this week. I'm Shamara.
And I'm DJ Lollipop, the party fanatic.
See you next week.
Well, I tell you, of course.
All right, thank you there, Shamara and DJ Lollipop. So you see, Rasta clean, you know, every day.
I'm loving the sentiments that Taras mentioned a while ago in terms of it's yours, it's your body, it's yours. You need to fix you, make you feel comfortable wherever you want, adjust yourself to the way you want. But you know, right now, we have another brethren, you know, crazily insane. My brethren, Spragga Benz, made time to talk to us.
The Benz.
You know that I love Spragga's ambience there. At the big Jamaica flag right there, you know. We love that, you know. Not true, Spragga.
I see it every day. I see it every day, you know.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Spragga, big
I
up.
have to represent.
How you mean, my brother? How you do, man? How you been?
Everything good. No, give thanks to life. Health and strength.
You know?
No. When you say represent, Spragga, we see where you represent for the people every day across your social media platforms. You don't just use it to promote your music and promote you. You use it to help raise awareness about various issues and shed light to serious things that's happening around the world. And COVID-19 is one of the things that you use your platform to underscore ever since this pandemic came out. So it's no surprise to many that, you know, have a song called Vaccinated. Now, from this song, what do you want the masses to take away from what you have highlighted and put in the form of music to educate and entertain?
I don't want them take or nothing. I want them hold on to the whole of it. And hold on to the fact that we have been lied to. From the top of the stream, come down, you know, when they simply could have told us the truth and they simply could have let us know that, you know, practice a healthy lifestyle and you will be much better off because it has been proven that your natural immune system is dozens of times better and more effective than the vaccine that they are giving right now. So they could have just tell the people them that, but no. They want to tell us, if you take this thing and nothing at all can happen to you, nobody never sick from it yet, nobody never dead from it yet. And then when you check it out now, over 21 or 22 or 23,000 people died already from this thing here. With over 1 million different adverse effects reported. So why? You know, why?
You know, one of the things that I think, to put this into perspective, Spragga, you see the song Vaccinated that you have? I think we need to just play it. Make the people hear it, and then we can talk about it, because some people hear it, we hear it, but a lot of people probably don't hear it yet because they don't get a chance to tune in. So guess what? Let us...
Other stations are stifle it. They're not like IRFM.
No. I like you, sir. Thank you, sir.
What a way to introduce it.
That is an intro, Spragga. Spragga, that's an intro. All right, here we go. Vaccinating.
Yeah. Like I hear that them want to take people for fearmonger. I tell you about your risk and your selfish and yeah, hear me? No, sir. Sorry. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Well, we sorry for them and them doctor business. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Wait, sorry for them and hospital business. Fire. For a corrupted leader, take the money and go sell the country future. Fire. For a corrupt minister, cause them not care about it. Them just a follow order. Fire. For the corrupt media, we spread false report to boost the number. Fire. For a corrupted doctor, well, I can't oxygen to the ventilator. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Well, we sorry for them and them doctor business. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. We sorry for them and hospital business. Well, we didn't warn you, but you was so we crazy. I say we not that facts and be a conspiracy. You never did want here. Hospital I collect money. Say this one no vaccine, it is a gene therapy. Well, we didn't want them. Say you know that it did for it. Now have none to do the health of the new world order. They never did want here. Don't go take it to your shoulder. I know never tell you say you need another booster vaccinated and still go catch COVID. So if you and your doctor business vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Wait, sorry for them and hospital business fire. For the prime minister we take the money and go sell the country future fire. For the health minister cause them not care about health, them just a follow order fire. On the news media cause them a spread false report for boosting number fire. For the corrupted doctor will lock off oxygen to the ventilator. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Sorry for them and them doctor business. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Sorry for them and hospital business. We never did want this. To get the youth them sick enough healthy youth I catch myocarditis. We never did want this. Cause it's a big business. Ivermectin cheaper and it more effective. Them never did want that. That's why you take Pfizer shot, Moderna and Johnson generate more cash. Now watch your blood clot. Tell you so you protected. Double job still I get you 5 ups and still I dead. Vaccinated and still go catch COVID. Well, sorry for them and them doctor biz.
Bop. Hey, Spragga.
Vaccinated and still go catch COVID.
I think what I love
Oh,
about
my
that
goodness.
song is the connotation, that old school tune. And him just
Baby Wayne.
Yeah, Baby Wayne. Oh, them wanted, you know, get wanted. I just love it. The inspiration. I mean, we know you're a lyrical genius from a long time. But what made you draw for that particular sample and that particular style to put out Vaccinated?
Baby Wayne is a great friend of mine that don't really get the respect.
That's true.
And, you know,
I knew him personally. That's true.
Yeah, man. For real. So this are kind of my way for honor Baby Wayne as well, too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, because he's one of them artists there where whatever reason, him not get the respect what me feeling due for his contribution to dancehall business, a hardcore and authentic dancehall music. So, you know, we just use this melody to highlight Baby Wayne, but to bring across a very conscious message.
It sends a message very well.
Trust
very
me,
well.
the message is very strong and clear. No, in the same breath, as you mentioned, you know, COVID earlier, Spragga, and talking about the effects. One of the effects it has is on the entertainment industry. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said, quote, act responsibly and there could be a possible reopening of the entertainment sector. We see where the padlock still remains on the entertainment sector.
3 years now.
What's your immediate reaction or thoughts to this comments from the Prime Minister?
So like somebody attacked him like a pitney them. Yeah. You know, so like somebody who you vote for and elect and you give a job. You know, so like somebody will beg you for the job and then you give them the job. It's so like your master.
My thought is this, Spragga. Schools are open and you know, people are getting back to face-to-face learning. Why the entertainment industry is very pivotal in terms of the amount of people who benefit from this business, in terms of not just artists, promoter. We were talking about it earlier. We're talking about the hairdresser. We're talking about the little peanut manager, chicken man, and all these people. And when this business is locked down for so long, and you can't have an earning, what are they to do? Sometimes, and I think it's going to affect criminality also if they don't have no money. what are your thoughts on if there's a way, because we know that you're all about the immune system and building up the immune system for fighting this the corona. What are your thoughts on opening up this industry in a way that it's safe or that can work, because it needs to be open now. It's 3 years in stagnation.
Listen, I'm not here to beg and compromise with nobody or ask for no favors.
Right.
In the place that I am mostly right now for the last three years, it has been open. There has been no lockdowns around here. There has been no widespreading of anything more than normal people get them cold and flu. Yeah. Most people still not wear them, not no mask. Most people not no social distance. All these things. People just go about them day-to-day lifestyle just as normal. And we know in an ask, we are asking now, we are being lied to, We know that this thing is not as dangerous as them talk. There is something out there, but there's something that they put out there.
Oh.
So there's a difference than something naturally spread around in a nature because it developed from nature. This that is spreading is not nothing that is found in nature anywhere. This is something that has been manufactured and genetically engineered and then released on a population.
What would you say about the Spanish flu that happened over a century ago that killed so many millions of people? You think that
people probably wasn't that as aware then? And then if you follow up with the whole history of radio frequencies and all them things, it will show say that same cause Spanish flu happened at a time when
that was
a new frequency, a new technology was being introduced into the world as well.
Spanish flu happened over a century ago, I don't know what I don't know what technology that would be.
I think some radio frequency, wireless, or some technology was being introduced at the time. We can't check it out, but we never really checked out before. Okay. But some radio frequencies, some new wireless technology was being introduced at that time. And Spanish flu never ever started in Spain.
Well, no, it started in Europe.
So, and all along, them still come with the same mass up and all these things and everything. And it never worked from them time the same way. But now people are more easy to communicate with each other on wide distances. So information spread quicker now.
All right. I want you to check out that Spanish. I want you to check out that Spanish flu there.
But while you and Spragga check out the Spanish flu thing, Spragga, you said something earlier, which I have been saying since the pandemic hit, that it is important that we keep our immune system in tip-top shape, and immune health is important. Share with us some of the measures that you put in place for yourself and your family to ensure that your immune system is in tip-top shape.
All right, personally, I went to New York on the 31st of December and came and I returned from New York to North Carolina on the 1st of January. While I was in New York, I was going to hospitals and stuff. I'm meeting with like family members who were sick and hospitalized.
Yes.
And I got a virus. I felt sick when I came back down and like by the 3rd I was feeling pained up and I was coughing and taste in my mouth and all of that. And I did what I normally do. The first thing I did was put like my lemon peel, ginger, garlic, turmeric, put that in a bowl of hot water with some eucalyptus oil.
Nice.
And put the towel over my head and steam up myself, deep breathing for a while. And then I drank a lot of turmeric tea and ginger and bird pepper.
Very good.
Them treating the bird pepper,
cayenne pepper,
turmeric, bird pepper, turmeric, ginger, and a little bit of lemon peel, and I blend up all of that. And I took like a teaspoon in the morning, a teaspoon in the evening, and by the 5th I was fine.
I can attest to that.
By the 5th I was completely fine.
The natural remedies were.
And everybody who around me who got sick in that visit and was there completely fine to just the same. I did the same thing. But exercise thing, I'm normally like when I go jog, same way when I go exercise, and you know, I always have some weights around me, so I keep myself, you know, active like that. But it was nothing to cry about, really.
And yeah, so what about the folks? You think that for the folks who are that they would call immunosuppressant, they have underlying conditions.
Yes.
So their immune system would not be as strong as, let's say, us.
Yes. Yes.
What would your advice be to them? Because you know,
I would think that now is the time, you know, for them to try to strengthen their immune systems and look around and see where they can, you know, build up themselves health-wise in different regions, because most of our sickness, if not all our sickness, come from our diet.
That's true.
So watch the type of foods that they're eating, make the changes necessary. You know, don't love your belly so much. Watch your food where you eat and exercise a little bit more, because it has been proven that most of the people who they claim died with COVID also had at least 4 or more comorbidities.
True.
4 or more things that would potentially kill them anyways, because of them health. Understand? So it's not, as I'm tell you, say, this kill nobody. It basically not kill nobody.
Right.
Like less than 1, because it has a 99 or a 98% recovery rate.
Yeah,
I mean, it is similar to how the flu virus itself is killing a lot of persons. It's just because we don't have the data, or it is not being reported on a regular basis as how we're hearing from COVID. So similarly, people with underlying illnesses die from catching the simple flu.
But obesity is a great one in it too. Because a lot of people overweight and them body just not react as how it should. You know, because they're not put enough nutrients in them body. They might eat too much junk.
Gut health is important. Like, you know, sometimes we have to reset. You know, we have to just reset and do it. But speaking about reset, Spragga, there is a question that, you know, I really want to ask you, because you're also an entertainer and an actor. And, you know, there are ongoing talks that, you know, music is one of the main contributors as it relates to crime and violence. And you also have some people who question the influence of film. Now, as somebody who does both, actor and, you know, from the gritty film shutters and hardcore dancehall DJ, what are your thoughts? What would you say?
I would say that art imitates life in most cases. So we did shutters, but shutters was from somebody else's real life experience.
Right.
It wasn't something we make up and say, all right, we're going to show some shooting. It was from an actual person's life, and he was telling us about his life story. Rest in peace, Father Screw. The music as well, they go hand in hand, art and life. But we, as artists, can be conscious of the things that we put out into the world, into society. So I did shutters, but my latest movie that I'm going to consciously put out now is called Second Chance. Second Chance is about a Rastaman in America who did what he was supposed to do academically, got his qualifications up and everything, but still could not get through in the corporate world because of his looks and belief. And then he fall into line with old school friends who really, you know, took him down the wrong path. And then life-changing situations took place that caused him to, you know, beg for a second chance in life and actually got it. But the show is not just about a Rastaman getting a second chance. It was about a journey of other people who were, you know, gone down the line with drugs. Some people who couldn't even read and write. And so a whole heap of people in the movie and the script get second chances, you know, but because I'm the lead actor, it looked like, you know, it's was Spragga second chance. Musically, my latest song, later than even more recent than Vaccinated, is called Easy Yourself. And that is asking the youth I'm right now, because we consciously I try to put it out there, just like I did Peace. consciously trying to put the positive energy out there. Ease yourself about telling you them, ease yourself, my you stop. Why are innocent you shoot? But why you cannot top code when you kill women and children, and that is the actual truth. Where you feel say you take people life like them a gateway. Be an entrepreneur and top of more, open couple store, open couple more, stuff like that.
Love it.
Where I can speak for myself and know that I'm consciously trying to contribute to society in a positive way. And not just because I'm an artist. Not just because I'm an artist, I'm going to use that excuse and say, may I sing what the people them want hear. No. Sometimes you have to make the people them hear what they need to hear, regardless of how it will affect your finances or your popularity.
We need to give you true kudos for your acting skills. I mean, when I watch Shutters, you're actually one of my favorite characters in there because your persona comes across so natural. I mean, I look at it and say, say Spragga now put on this, so him that, that is just him. And I mean, I look at
the life over the road and the experiences that were, that we lived, it kind of did open us to how certain things go on, happen in a natural way.
We have to find a way to get you back in.
Chance.
Yes.
How soon can we anticipate, seeing Spragga in Second Chance and seeing this story? What's the release date? What can you tell us?
Second Chance, as well, I tell you, still is a guerrilla style project. This still, Jamaican, our own thing. We don't have no bucketive behind it. We are the thing. So as we get the theaters, as we get the the budget on and rent them, we'll bring it to you. The first one supposed to be premiered in Fort Lauderdale on February 17th. The VIP, red carpet, all of that, and also another showing on the 18th because the whole pandemic as well has affected things. So you can't, if the theater can hold 600, only can put 200 people in there. So that it not pan out certain way. So we're carefully selected the theaters that we work with, the ones that will allow us to, have the freedom to bring the audience in.
Yeah.
But we're picking them and we're moving along one by one. One cook a full basket.
We're looking
so
forward.
We're starting at I'm going to use this medium to reach out to Carib cinema. To
Palace Amusement.
Palace Amusement.
Yes.
Let us start because this is a positive message in this that I think the youth them can learn from, just like how them learn from Shutters. Them can learn some positive from this. So let us start.
Spragga, one of the things is that COVID has limited us to a point where we could have you in studio and talk longer. We have some other features that are going to be coming up. I wanted to tell you thanks for making time, as usual, for supporting IRFM all the time and telling us what is the latest with you. Tell us a little bit, before you go, social media handles and management.
Social media handle, Spragga Benz 3 at IG. The same thing at YouTube. And Spragga Benz, just the real Spragga Benz at Facebook. I want to big up my management team in Jamaica, same way. Toby Reds, the road manager, the whole of the Red Square youths who still run the road and still make the presence being felt. 7 Star Entertainment, Harrison Hunt, deals with the bookings just the same. And, I hit that. We're basically a Jao manager.
That is it. Spragga,
big up yourself. Continue to use your space to teach and shed light and, uplift. We see the growth and we see the movement, and it doesn't matter how many times them flag you on the platform. We see that you're determined.
Some flag there.
I know.
Give me a flag.
I tried to tag you tonight, and I couldn't tag you because, according to the platform, this user has violated so many times. Right,
crazily insane.
Keep pushing, man.
Spragga, blessed love, man.
Enough love. Big up team. Blessed love.
Yeah. I'm like Red Square. Big up yourself, yo.
Big up.
Yeah, I'm like.
Big up. Respect, Spragga, every time. We're up for a break. We'll be right back.
Half-Coal Curamine Plus will remove inflammation from the body. Tanquest is a combination of herbs and fruits to remove toxins and pathogens from the body. Get your Curamine Plus and Tanquest from Half-Coal Herbs and Extracts. 540-8871.
The time by Half-Coal Curamine and Tanquest is...
It's 9:51. And it's now time for Upbeat, keeping the tempo with producers. And of course, your host is DJ Collision.
Upbeat, keeping the tempo with producers.
Have you ever wondered what it's like being a producer? Yeah! What really happens behind the scenes?
Oh, yummy.
Or even what it takes to produce a track?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
This week on Upbeat, producer Sponge from Sponge Music explains how his life transitioned into music. Okay, Sponge, so tell us about your musical background.
Yeah, musical background. My dad had a record label back in the days, back in the 80s, called Truths and Rights, and he produced a lot of songs with Mighty Diamonds and other famous entertainers. And also, he had a couple of record-breaking tracks. You know, Mighty Diamonds is a pretty good group. His name was Cecil Williston. They call him Pops or Popsy. He was a very famous producer back in the days.
Alright, so to you, what is the most challenging aspect of producing and how do you overcome it?
The most challenging aspect of producing to me is just finding the right sound. Because sometimes the artists have a sound that they may think is the perfect sound, but you as a producer have to know what to put out at what time, at what specific time, because music is something that people listen to every day. So you don't want to put out the wrong music and then the wrong sound and they don't gravitate to it. So my most challenging aspect of producing to me is letting the artist know that, okay, I have this song, you voice for me, but I don't think it should go out yet. I think you should wait until such and such time to put it out. So that's to me, that's the most challenging part of producing. But everything else is pretty much self-explanatory, you know what I mean? But that's the most challenging part for me.
So are there any new projects in the pipeline for this year?
Yeah, I did a follow-up from the last rhythm I dropped, which was the Royal Press rhythm, and dropped a rhythm named Globalization. It's a different sound. It's more of a reggae sound, because I have a lot of reggae great names on it. Capleton, Anthony B, Ikea, Luton Fire, Caesar Colonji. But I have more dancehall names coming on the same rhythm coming up, remixes. Like I have a remix coming up that's gonna shock the world, you know what I mean? I have more rhythms coming out for the rest of the year. I have a lot of great projects, man. I have some international acts that I'm working with right now to be released before 2023. So yeah, a lot of great things in the works, man. And just dropped the Globalization rhythm. You know, the Royal Press rhythm was a success. Thanks everybody for the support. But great things on Sponge Music, man, for the rest of the year. So we have great things coming out and just look out, man.
Sponge Music 24/7. Music in the heavens, yeah. Music in the heavens, yo. Real people will always be here. Sure. Them a wish bad for you, but what's up? None of them can stop you from prosper. You're love in your heart cause you are Rasta. Every day you read another chapter. Them a wish bad for me, but what's up? None of them can stop me from prosper. You're love in my heart cause we are Rasta. Every day.
Oh, you for vex us to another man a premium. Man a premium, don't vex us, you're my pretty like Jimi. Consider yourself lucky, man, I need a man, you think me need you. Call me full of respect, and me will left them boy, they feel me. Let's take this to another level. Unleash another day when you roll me up on a rebel. So crown me, I'm on a rebel. Know me, but never problem to stay alone.
Now for time, give me dream, but the vibes never change. I'm never see them where I am. Better than paper, press it, man, no ever make a stay, I will stay, yeah. Anywhere, you're there. But the vibes never change, I'm in it.
Wish me coulda tell you I'm perfect, but I'm not. It's me, said one, from the block. Many of my friends are here, some not. I got a couple running with the cops, but just you. Anything I thought, I'm not fair. I don't push drama, just to make it clear.
Hello. Alright, Sponge, much respect for passing through.
Yeah, man, respect. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure being here.
Tune in to Upbeat with me, DJ Collision, this and every Wednesday as we keep the tempo with the geniuses who work on these hits.
That one that name, it bumped up on it. When we set up on things, it. That one that name, it bumped up on it.
All right, so that was
Big up
Upbeat.
yourself, DJ Collision.
We're now
Upbeat.
going to the IRFM Top 10 Dancehall Chat recap with Courtney Mack and, of course, DJ Brian.
This is the Guinness Dancehall Top 10 Countdown.
I wonder who really around. We have the number one song.
All the youths them want to know.
Do you really want to know?
Coming in at number 10 for this week, a new song, Squash, Sweepstakes.
Number 9, Tommy Lee featuring Sking, Protocol.
Number 8 was an update with Massacre.
Number 7, Shensia, Dali.
Number 6, Intense New Gear.
Number 5, Jashi, Keep Up.
Number 4, King Massacre.
Number 3, Skeng, Intense, Heaven Passport.
And number 2, you heard it just now, Love Story, Massacre. Wonder if them ready for the number 1 song. Coming in the number 1 position for the 3rd week in a row on the IRFM Dancehall Top 10 Countdown. Massacre once again, a song called Suicide Notes. Number 1.
All the pain and suffering over in me. And the life when as relate to material possession take a tremendous turn in me. Yeah.
Looking at my life and you will find hope. Ever sit down yet and write a song. Land not no funny, do no fine joke. This land is like a quicksand and I could define rope. The music make myself some. Life from behind.
Big song, a big song. The Guinness Top 10 charts is where it happens. Only big songs make this chart.
Dancehall can't stand.
Dancehall, I mean everything.
IRFM Top 10 Dancehall Chat there with Courtney Mack and DJ Brian. We're pretty much out of time. We want to say a special thanks to everyone who made the EBUZZ possible. Thanks to Spragga Benz. And, of course, we want to say thanks to Jimi D as our new artist this week.
Absolutely. Also want to say a big thank you to the entire team. Big up our in-studio production assistant, Shamara Preston, our production assistants, Vivian Stewart and Jody and Dawkins.
We want to say thanks to our technical operators, DJ Lollipop, our in-studio engineers, DJ Kemar, telephone operator is Shania Roberts, and, of course, our social media specialist, Peter Broadba, who is here every week. So, join us next week for another exciting edition of the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Mutabaruka is up next with The Cutting Edge. We're out.
Reggae in the morning, reggae in the evening.